Hey guys, welcome everyone. Welcome to Binomo Live on another live stream. We are going straight into assets today. I'm going to analyze live on the platform three major currency pairs. We're going to look if there's any good setups, what's the background for the price movement or price action that we are seeing today, and then if there are trading opportunities, I'm going to open some trades on my demo account. You are welcome to share your views. If you share my views on the chat or comment section, or if you have a different view of things, also share that and we can appreciate each other's point of view. I don't get it right all the time. So the thing about currency pairs is you want to always trade currency pairs that have a high profit ratio. So if you look at the asset on the platform, you've got this profit percentage showing you what percentage of profits you will get if you make a winning trade. Okay, so don't choose assets that have a lower profit rate or percentage. Okay, always pick assets with the highest profit percentage. But of course, for the purpose of this live stream, I'm gonna pick assets that are pretty huge, Euro USD. I'm looking at Euro JPY and also USD CHF. So these are the assets that are affected by news today. Earlier today, we've got this news coming out pushing Euro USD higher, and that's because we have this news coming from the US. Well, initially, when the news came out, this was the first quarter GDP data from the US, which was lower than expected, but it indicated that inflation is still not yet fully in control. So this gave strength to the US dollar, initially pushing Euro USD down. Okay, if you look at the chart, it went down substantially when the news came out right there. But since then, about this is on the 5-minute time frame on Euro USD. After around 6-8 candles, so around 40 minutes after the news came out, the asset starts to move up. Okay, so is this upward move sustainable? For that, we need to zoom out and look at a slightly longer chart. And if you look at a slightly longer chart, whether on the platform or on your charting software, you will see that the asset has been moving. Euro USD has actually been moving since the middle of April from 106.14, and now it's currently at 107.10. Okay, so it has moved from 106 to 107, and despite the news pulling the asset down a bit earlier today, the asset is still on an upward trend. The higher low, the nearest higher low that Euro USD has, which is giving the currency pair support, is at 106.811. Okay, that is the support that the currency has at the moment, 106.811, somewhere slightly down. Yeah, somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around here. So there is a support here pushing the currency up. Now, as the currency moves up, as Euro USD moves up, you can see that it pulled back and then continued up, and then there was this consolidation right here. This consolidation is indicating a support at the 106.92 level. 106.92 currently the price is at 107.11, so it has support at 106.92. So 106.92, and then it pushed up, broke the high here. So there was a high around here, 107.03. It broke that high with 2 or 3 candles, and it stayed up there. And now it's forming support at a level higher than this high. So when you get a high broken and then a support forms above that high, now that is indicating that the uptrend is valid, and it would probably hold, especially if the asset continues to push off from the higher support level. So right now the support is around here that the asset is trying to establish, but it's not over yet. As you can see, the candles are still moving. We are on the 5 minutes time frame. One thing for sure is you need to consider the asset as if there was a perfect trader or perfect group of traders. So if there was a perfect trader, where would you think this particular trader would open his trade? He would open his trade somewhere here. The perfect trader, doesn't matter who it is, but assuming there's a perfect trader, that person would open his trade here around 106.803. Now, if he opened his trade there, where do you think he would put his stop loss, or where do you think the worst case is going to be? The worst case for him if the asset goes below that line, so below 106.76. Okay, so if you know that there is a lot of trades here, these are the perfect trades, and it continues to move up. These perfect trades can only be cancelled if this support line is broken. Okay, so what we want to see for the asset to continue in this uptrend is for these perfect traders to continue to make money. Now, that's them. What about us? What about people who are just coming into the market? We can no longer open our trades here. That's fine. Look at what happened to the perfect trader. The perfect trader was waiting when the asset was moving up and sideways here, and then it pulled back down before moving up. So the perfect trader was able to open his trade on the pullback. Similarly, if you want to profit from an uptrend, you got to open your trades on the pullback. Now, there's going to be a few pullbacks to look at. This is one. We missed that one. There's a second pullback here. We missed that one as well. Now there's a third pullback right here. So how can we possibly make money from this pullback? It's not even guaranteed that this pullback is going to make us money. So the way to trade this is to open one small trade. Okay, so that if that one small trade becomes profitable and your theory or prediction that the uptrend is going to continue, then this high at 107.207 will be broken. Now, once that happens, you have second confirmation. Your first trade is profitable. Now you have second confirmation, and you have a safer proof that this asset is continuing the trend to move up. If it doesn't break this high, then hold on that second trade. Don't open your second trade. The second trade would probably be a bigger size than the first trade, because the first trade was just checking your assumption and analysis. It has to be correct and accurate first. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is wait for a green candle confirmation. So I want to see the support established here, but it wasn't established with this green candle, because right after that you have a larger red candle happening. So I want the support level to be proven. For this to be proven, there's got to be more than one green candle holding the price and pushing it up. That's the best. And then it will be even more positive or encouraging if I'm able to see that this candle right here is overcome. Okay, I want the move up to beat this, to overcome this red candle right here. So at least the asset needs to go above 107.14. Then I will open my first small trade. Then I'll wait for the high to be taken out, and if it's broken, this resistance is broken, I will open a second trade, and my second trade will be a larger amount compared to my first trade. Then I will remain with two trades until it expires and I get to book my profits. Let's hope that will happen in this live stream. I will wait for that second candle. In the meantime, let's take a look at EUR/JPY, EUR/JPY with a profit factor of 80%. Okay, so always zoom out a little to see what is going on with this asset. EUR/JPY. Okay. EUR/JPY. Okay, there you go. So EUR/JPY is basically in an uptrend. If you look at a larger time frame, yes, the short time frame is showing a downtrend, but longer time frame is showing an uptrend. If I can zoom out, see that uptrend right there. So the asset is basically in an uptrend. There's been some pullback, there's been some sideways trading right here. And then after the sideways trading, the uptrend did not continue. In fact, it pulled back down pretty sharply. So this pullback happened today, earlier today, about 3-4 hours ago. And then it started to come back up. Okay, so similar pattern as Euro USD. It's in an uptrend. There we get that second green candle. So hopefully it is able to take the high of this red candle. Then I'll be more confident to open my first trade. Now, coming back to Euro JPY, similar action right here. The asset has pushed down so much to this level, 166.0288. And then you see that if there was a perfect trader, he would have opened his trade here, the uptrend, trying to profit from the uptrend, assuming there's a perfect trader right there. Now, this perfect trader relies on this asset to continue to move up. For that to happen, his trade must not be taken out. So this asset must not pull down all the way down to this level and take that trader out. Okay, so as we are seeing the chart right now, there was consolidation right here, and then asset continued to push up. Now, this is currently pulling back, and this pullback is bigger than this pullback. This pullback is bigger than this pullback. Okay, so we've got to be very careful right here. We need confirmation that the asset is going to continue to move up, because the pattern is almost exactly similar as Euro USD. You got that green attempt trying to push up, but that failed. And then following that is a larger, double the size, a red candle pushing it down. Now, the buyers are trying to push the asset up. There is indecision with this small candle right here. And then there's a second follow through candle. For this candle to be trusted, I need to see this level, the high of this red candle, 166.678. I need to see that resistance to be beaten, to be taken out. If it happens, that's going to be sign that I can open my trade with a little bit more confidence, my first trade with Euro JPY. Now let me look at Euro USD again to see if we've got a confirmation. Not yet. The second candle is still trying to beat this red candle. We'll let that go and wait until that finishes, the candle closes. So also waiting on Euro JPY, Euro Yen. Okay, whilst that is happening, now, fortunately for us, the trend is very similar. The Euro USD trend and the Euro Yen trend is very similar. So we are basically waiting for the same signal, which is the second candle and probably the third candle to beat this red candle. Now let's go and have a look at the third currency pair, which is USD CHF. Both these currencies are reserve currencies, so they are pretty stable. Maybe the CHF currency is slightly more stable because USD has been, rates have been increasing and staying at a high level over the last 1 year or so. So between the two, I think CHF or Swiss franc is slightly more stable. Let me put a $10 trade here. Hang on. Okay, green candle moving nicely there. Okay, let's select. Whoops. Okay, there. 15 minutes, about 15 minutes for the duration of the trade. Now let's open USD CHF and look at this asset. So I am on the 5 minutes time frame looking at USD CHF. Now we see earlier the news that I talked about, which was GDP, US GDP, which was released today. The data is lower than expected, but signs of inflation still not being fully under control are still there. Durable goods was higher than expected. I think that was yesterday or the day before yesterday. And we also have initial jobless claims, which fell 200 to 207,000, previously 212,000, and the forecast was 214. So if the number of jobless claims, initial jobless claims, first time filing for unemployment in the US, if that number is lower than forecasted, that means less people are unemployed. That means the economy is strong. When the economy is strong, it gives strength to the US dollar. Okay, so you would expect USD CHF to go up, showing strength for the US dollar. Now, it did not go up. Well, it did went up when the news came out, GDP news came out, but then it is now pulling back down. Either consolidation or either the algorithms are just tricking you so that you open a down trade and then push the price lower so that they can get a lower price to open an up trade. So you got to be smart and look at a slightly longer time frame. So try and look at the 1 hour time frame for USD CHF to see what the larger big picture movement is. So the big picture movement is the asset has got support at 0.90937. Okay, 0.90937. So that's away from here. We are higher now. We are now at 91355. Okay, the asset is in an upward trend with support at 90955, somewhere around there. Okay, so we are above that support level. And then after 90955 support, we also have a second support at 91207, 0.91207. We are now at 913. Okay, so the asset is higher, and this current pullback doesn't look like a change in trend. Why do I say that? If it's a change in trend, what you will want to see happen is for asset to pull down and take away this support. There is a support level here, 91271. This support would have been taken out. And then after that, this support would have been taken out. Now that's going to be a sign that the downtrend, the new fresh downtrend is happening. It hasn't done that yet. Okay, so we can give it a bit more time and to see whether it's going to try and break this support or if it's going to go up and try to break this resistance right here. There is a resistance right here at 91417. Okay, so we can watch for that. It doesn't look like an immediate trading opportunity right now for USD CHF, so I'm going to let it go. But that's how I read the asset at this particular point in time. Going back to Euro JPY, we see that the second candle was there. It was green, but as you can see, it is not able to take out the high or the resistance on this red candle. So it's a bit dangerous to open an up trade right here. So I'm going to let it go for now. Now going back to Euro USD, we are seeing the same thing. The asset is trying to move up, but it is struggling to take out this resistance. So maybe it will take more than 2 candles for it to beat this resistance level. So it's a wait and see approach. And even when you know how to read technical analysis, even when you know how to use indicators and read price charts, you still have to be patient to get your winning trades. You know, it doesn't mean that if you can read price charts, you immediately open trades whenever you see something interesting going on. It doesn't mean that you would immediately be able to make profits in whatever direction. You can tell me, you know, some people would say, okay, you can't open an up trade. That means it's going down. Why don't you just open an up trade? It doesn't work like that, because sometimes the asset would move in a sideways pattern and it will take out the profit opportunity, whether you're trying to make a profit on the upside or whether you're trying to make profit on the downside. Okay, so the best is to trade the larger trend. So the larger trend for both Euro USD and Euro JPY is it's going up, and we can wait for that confirmation on the 5 minutes time frame. As I mentioned earlier, it needs to take this high. It needs to take out this high with a green candle. So we need to wait for that to happen. That's going to be the confirmation that we are going to need to have confidence that this is a safe trade to make. You know, when you don't get your signal perfectly in front of you, and you open that trade, you are taking extra risk. Now, you don't have to take extra risk at any point in time. You can take the safer way, and that is to wait for signal confirmation. Now, USD CHF looks like it's trying to break out of this sideways pattern right here and trying to move down. If that were to happen, now let's see, if that were to happen, there you go. It needs to take out this support level right here. Okay, it needs to take out this support level right here, but it is struggling. It's not happening yet. So the asset is all the three assets that we are looking at today, all are still in an undecided price level. You know, they're not sure whether they should buy or whether they should sell. Both buyers and sellers are fighting around the same price level. You know, you don't have one side dominating the other. So, which is why you see the asset is not moving in a sure way in one particular direction. Maybe maybe all the traders are waiting for the next piece of news that's going to come out tomorrow before committing to one particular direction. I think, let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow you're going to get consumer confidence from the UK. You're going to get from yen, Bank of Japan interest rate decision tomorrow. That's a very important piece of news. If they show that they're going to increase or lift rates, change their interest rate policy, then you're going to see Euro JPY is going to go all the way down substantially, because it has not yet happened in recent times. So Bank of Japan interest rate decision is tomorrow. And also tomorrow we're going to get US PCE, personal consumption expenditure. That is the inflation figure that the Federal Reserve pays attention to, even more so than CPI. That's their preferred gauge or measure for inflation. So if that number beats the forecast and is higher than the forecast, that means inflation is still out of control. That means US dollar will remain strong, because they will not lower rates, they will not cut rates, and if they don't cut rates, they will most likely keep rates high and push the schedule to cut interest rates at a later date. So if they delay cutting interest rates, US dollar will remain high, and you're going to see assets like Euro USD go down pretty significantly. So we will wait for that. There's a news coming out tomorrow affecting Bank of Japan, affecting the UK, pound, GBP, consumer confidence for April, and we also going to get inflation reading from the core PCE number from the US. So looks like no trade. Looks like no trade for Euro USD, no trade for Euro JPY today, and no trade for USD CHF as well. That's okay. The market doesn't have to give you a profit opportunity every time you are logged onto the platform. And if you can't find a good setup, do not trade and protect your capital. But if you find a good setup, then open your first trade, which is going to be the smallest trade. And then if you get further confirmation of your signal, open a second trade, and that second trade can be a larger size than the first trade. So that's what I have for you today. Analysis of three major currency pairs. And we don't have a good trading opportunity today, maybe in the future live stream. If you've enjoyed this channel, be sure to share it with your friends and colleagues who enjoy trading. Share the link to the live stream. Also share with them that we have a promo going on right now. The promo code is all in the description below. You can use it to double your deposit when you make a deposit. More money to trade means that you get to do more practice, and that's going to be key for you to improve as traders. Okay, so if you have any questions even after the live stream, put them down in the comment section, and I'll be sure to address it when I get the chance to see it. Okay, so happy trading. I will see you next time. Take care.